Let's get started with today's story. They say trust is the foundation of any marriage. I believe that for 8 years. I trusted Lisa with my life, my kids, my everything. And yet, here I am, picking up the pieces of a life I thought I knew. Our story didn't begin with dramatic fights or obvious betrayals. It started with one conversation, one that spiraled into something I never could have imagined. One night, as we lay in bed, Lisa turned to me with a look I've come to dread, a mix of excitement and determination. She cleared her throat. "Tom," she started hesitantly, her voice laced with uncertainty. "The neighbors, Mark and Jenna, invited us to a party this weekend." "Oh, did they?" I replied absent-mindedly, scrolling through my phone. She paused, as if weighing her next words carefully. "Yeah, but it's not your typical party." I glanced up, sensing something was off. "What kind of party is it?" Her next words hit me like a punch. "A swingers party." I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but her face stayed serious. "You can't be serious," I said, sitting up. "Why not?" she shot back. "We've been in a rut, Tom. Don't you think it could be fun?" I blinked at her, trying to wrap my head around what she was suggesting. "Lisa, are you hearing yourself? You're talking about sleeping with other people." She crossed her arms, a flicker of frustration in her eyes. "It's not like it means anything. It's just for fun. Mark and Jenna swear it brought them closer." "I don't care about Mark and Jenna," I snapped. "I'm not interested. End of discussion." But it wasn't the end. For the next few days, Lisa kept bringing it up, cornering me while I was unloading the dishwasher, scrolling through my phone, or watching TV. "Just think about it, Tom," she pleaded. "One night, that's all I'm asking." By Thursday night, she dropped the pretense of compromise. "I'm going," she announced as I was tucking him into bed. Her tone was sharp and defiant. I followed her into the living room. "You're going?" "Yes. Why don't you just come too?" "It'll be fun," she said, almost as if daring me. "What about Emma and Ben?" I asked, struggling to keep my voice steady. "We'll hire a babysitter." "It's not a big deal," she replied, brushing past me. "It's a big deal to me." I shot back, my voice rising. "You really think this is okay? That this insanity is good for our relationship?" "Yes, I do," she snapped, turning to face me. "You're so uptight, Tom. It's one night, and if you weren't so close-minded, you'd come too. Maybe it would help us." "Help us?" I scoffed. "Help us how?" "By watching you with another man." She rolled her eyes. "Don't be so dramatic." I stared at her, my heart pounding. Every word she said hit me like a hammer. Finally, I voiced what had been weighing on me all week. "I'm not going, Lisa. And if you go, we're done. I'll file for divorce." Her lips parted in surprise, but instead of backing down, she doubled down. "You'd throw away our marriage over one night? That's pathetic." "No," I said firmly. "You're throwing away by even considering this." She scoffed, shaking her head like I was the unreasonable one. I didn't respond. Instead, I let the silence stretch between us, my mind racing. Divorce. The word had been lingering in my mind since this whole mess started, but now it wasn't a question of if, but when. Then she spoke again, her tone almost teasing. "Oh, come on, Tom. It'll be fun. If you're so uptight about it, I can record it for you. That way, you'll see it's not a big deal." Her words hit me like a slap. "You'd what?" I asked, my voice trembling with disbelief and fury. "I'll record it," she repeated with a shrug, as if it were the most casual suggestion in the world. "You can see for yourself. Maybe it'll even turn you on." I was too stunned to respond at first. What kind of person even says something like that? But then, amidst the shock and anger, a cold, calculating thought crept in. This could work. If she was stupid enough to record herself cheating, it would be the perfect evidence. The courts would side with me. She'd lose the house, the kids, everything. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to stay calm. She didn't need to know what I was thinking. Not yet. "Oh, fine. Whatever," I said finally, keeping my tone neutral. "If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Her eyes narrowed suspiciously. Just like that? What happened to all the yelling and threats of divorce? I shrugged, feigning indifference. If it's such a big deal to you, do whatever you want. Go. Record it if that makes you feel better. I won't stop you. She stared at me for a long moment, then nodded slowly. Fine. I'll go. Don't worry about me, Tom. I'll have fun without you. I didn't bother responding. As soon as the door closed behind her, I sprang into action. I called my mom and asked if she could take Emma and Ben for the weekend. She didn't ask too many questions. Thankfully, within the hour, I had packed their bags and dropped them off. Back at home, I poured myself a stiff drink and sat in silence, imagining what Lisa was doing. Anger and betrayal churned in my gut, but I forced myself to stay calm. This was temporary. Tomorrow, I'd have the proof I needed, and I'd start the process of cutting her out of my life.